Everybody, today I'm going to be drawing a Persian cat. Now, if you haven't watched my first video, you know how I draw. So if you've watched it, you know how I draw. If you haven't, please watch it, because you won't know how I draw my stuff. But what I like to do is the foundation first. Now we're going to be drawing a Persian cat. So we're going to zoom out quickly. I'm going to draw the basic foundation structure. Then we're going to be drawing the structure of the overall body. Now, because Persians are normally big cats, they will make the body big. Now, instead of making it sit down, I'm going to do it in a different pose. I'm going to do it laying down. Now, Persians are pretty muscular cats, but whenever your character is looking in a different direction to help, you can do this. The guidelines of the face. So you know where to put the eyes, you know where to put the nose, and stuff like that. We're just going to start off with the structure. Now, cats, they are very athletic. They are like athletes of the animal world. They can jump high and do anything, literally. They can scratch if they want. They can do anything. They're very athletic and skilled. But when you are drawing a cat, what's most important about it is that your cat should have this. Should form a square, almost like this. You can make your cat look different if you like, and not actually follow a square, but this is just a guideline to what your cat should look like. If the box doesn't conceal all of the circles, you must make sure your cat might be a bit too big. Like mine, I think it's a bit too big. But for this tutorial purposes, I will use it like this. Now, some eyes. What I would like to do is how I draw my eyes for cats would be this. I would make a line. This will be the top of the eye. Then I will make a sloping line. Make sure it's sloping. It doesn't have to be perfect. But then I would put another sloping line from the back end of where the end eyelashes would go. Then I would close it off at the bottom. After closing it off at the bottom, I would make a circle in the middle. After making a circle in the middle, for a cat, I would do a diamond in the eye. It's just what cats have. I have no idea how this came about, but at the end here, you can make it look realistic by putting the place where the blood flow goes, or you cannot connect it at all. I'm not going to be putting the blood vessel there, but you can put it if you like. So you just copy that there from the eye. This will make your cat look evil, but that's a realistic part of the animal. A second part would be in the other eye. Just copy it and you put a circle in the middle. If it was a girl, as I said before in my first video, you would have thicker eyelashes realistically. So we're going to put thicker eyelashes because this, I want to put it as sort of realistic, like how I do my style. This is how I would do a cat in real life. Now, if you were drawing a cat realistically, you would give it a sort of humanoid mouth. And what I mean by that, you would make the nose, and you would do it like almost like a human mouth, like that. See what I'm getting at? Humanoid mouth. Now, if it's a cartoon, like how I do my style, you can make a Persian cat have smaller ears. Or you can make it have bigger ears. But for cartoon purposes, I might actually experiment a bit. Already, I'm sort of liking the smaller ears. Because I like the smaller ears, I will keep it that way. Another feature of a Persian cat or a cat is their legs. Persians normally are covered up by their body weight, so they will have shorter legs, and they're not really walking most of the time. Now we will do the structure guidelines as I did before. How I explained it in the first part of the video, the first video part. So you put the joints, because this will have some bends, but you will never really see the bends in a cat because cats have not that much skin actually. They're much more athletic. So because of that, you won't have this. Actually, no, you won't really have that. But for purposes of cartooning and because of my style, I will do it. And what I like to do is, because of my style, I like to add tufts at the end of the elbow, surrounding the elbow joint. After that, I would do this. A cat, now my style, I would do this, almost a triangle. Like if I did the ears, I would use a triangle. If I did the nose, I would do a triangle. And so I would copy that for the feet. You can also put the paw pads if you want a really cartoony look. If you want a more realistic look, I recommend you don't do that. So far, your cat should look like this. It should have one limb. It should have one limb. It should have a head like that. It should have eyes like that and a nose like that. It should have a square body. And you should have guidelines. Sorry about that. And the second thing we'd have is the second arm. Now because I don't have a big enough page or big enough paper, I will just put the leg like that. It looks pretty bad, but that's only because I don't have big enough paper. Now the second thing is, a Persian cat would maybe have joints like this. And now because the cat has joints like this, the cat would look sort of like this, so its limbs would go like this, almost off the page, because it's so long and fabulous. Like that. Another feature is a Persian cat's fur or hair. Its tail, as I said before in the first part of how I draw, I would make a guideline. Now Persian cats, you could really do anything, but I will do this sort of an excited Persian cat. So its hair will go like this. And because it has so much fur, it would be bushy and almost hitting the ground. So to make the shadows, you would do this. Shade your pencil, put your pencil to the side, and start rubbing. The shadows would look like this. The second part, just make sure it's big and bushy, because Persian cats have big bushy hair. Now the back, it wouldn't really have this, but again, for cartoon and video purposes, I will do it like this. I know the cat doesn't look like much now because it is hairless. So if you were looking for a cartoony look, you would add hair like this. I'm adding hair like that because I'm doing a cartoony one. cartoon, you would do hair like that on the top. Now, when you're doing the hair, you would have hair going like this. You would structure the hair differently, each line, each stick. So on the cheeks, you can do it like this, so the hair goes like this. I like to do it at the cheeks like that, or you could just do it how I did it here. But I like to make the fur on the cheeks like that. So now we should be blocking in and adding the details, like the hairs. Go like this, this. See what I mean? This, this. Make sure the cat's hair always is somewhat down, because if the cat's hair is bristling up like this, it wouldn't be very comfortable for the cat. So as I said before, vary the lines. Vary it a lot. So she should have been able to draw a Persian cat like this. If you don't like the style, I am sorry. I will do another video covering a lesser style. Not much like this. Much more cartoony, much more better. I will use reference. Since I haven't been drawing many Persian cats, I don't really draw them well. So, bye-bye everybody. Bye-bye. Love you all. You possum. 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 Keep drawing, everybody. Keep drawing. Bye.